Greetings, beloved ones of the light. We are the Archangelic Collective. We surround you in our wings of fire, of light, of love, of comfort, and of strength and purity. We send this firelight out into your field, transmuting, comforting, lending a hand and a wing for those who are too weak to use their own. You are human angels, those of you reading. You are the angelic with the human, as aspects of source and fractals of light. You are this light, this source breath of the in-between and the all-around. You are this light. You are literally the light in the world. You are surrounded in this light as we are surrounding you in all moments. We have been working with all of you tirelessly as you work tirelessly. This world has been so dark for so long. There is such a massive undertaking of change, revival, and renewal on so many dimensional layers and strong points. But the light flows easily through all time-space, through all dimensions. There is much that you do not see. Codes surround you all the time. The divine DNA is a code. Creation is mathematically precise, stunning to us in its complexity and individuation. You are creators. We see you in your beauty, we know who you are and have been and are truly amazed by your courage, your bravery, your strength. We surround you, we protect you. We are Source's hands and feet in the angelic realms of the light and of the dark. We carry the light through all places and spaces, cleansing, clearing, just as you do within the physical, when you are aligned up with your highest purpose. We are the Archangelic Collective. Every flower, every insect, every creature has a code of creation or miscreation. Gaia is stunning in her beauty, brimming with life from all across the galaxy, a seated planet of breathtaking beauty and love. She will be renewed to this once again. This is one of the aspects that you are assisting with on the ground side, as you ground the codes of light, of love into the mesosphere. Your DNA is changing moment by moment. Sitting in your sun for moments at a time will assist with this, as the sun currently is brimming with codes to share, codes of awakening, of ascension, of healing, of rebirth. Being in nature in this time will serve you greatly. You are serving greatly by serving as a grounding mechanism for these codes, creating a layer of light on and within Gaia, offering a landing pad for these codes. Creator is very pleased with you. The ground team has and is doing extraordinarily well despite the numerous obstacles. Do not give up hope. There is always hope. We see outside of time, which as you know is a construct of this reality of yours, and outside of time with a grand perspective it is done. The light has been grounded and transmuted all into the next octave of evolutionary embodiment, of ascension. This is what is manifesting, and it seems slow to you. We know this. Grounding more light will help you through this process so that you feel the peace of the ascension codes within your body. Sit in the sun for increments at a time. Allow the archangels and masters to work with you. Emotions seem unusually heightened. You are in a universe of emotions, and emotions are part of being human. Do not be ashamed of your emotions. You are to feel them to heal them. Much of this has been occurring this week, and it has been exhausting. We send you our angelic codes of light, of love, of healing. We send you our strength. We send you our comfort. We are all around you. We are the Archangelic Collective. Namaste. Channel, Galaxy Girl, if I only had time. That's what the Creator thought while mulling over the design stage of the creation. Time is necessary so that experience can be gained from choices taken and changes made at an appropriate pace for learning. In the great here and now, which is the underlying reality of infinite being, time as we know it does not exist. Any change has an instantaneous effect. Therefore, in order to enjoy the adventure of immersion in a physical universe, infinite being and its creator aspect needed the dimensional property that we call time. The popular concept of dimensions today is that we live in a four-dimensional world, 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. However, the law of creation points to a different reality. As you may know from previous articles, the law of creation has 3 components and a tendency to self-replicate. There is one creator, operating through the 3 aspects or creative principles of thought, feeling, and motion. The 9-dimensional properties of matter are created by each of those aspects, creating 3 varieties of itself. 3 times 3 varieties means that there are a total of 9-dimensional properties of matter. Time is one of the 9-dimensional properties of physical matter. Another is space. Because of the law of creation's tendency to self-replicate, there are, furthermore, 3 varieties or directions of space, commonly expressed as length, breadth, and height. Now, get this. As well as 3 varieties of space, there are 3 varieties of time. We normally think of the standard, tick-tock version called linear time. Like a clock on the wall, linear time passes at a fixed rate regardless of whatever you do to change your perception of how slowly or quickly it is passing. Variety 2 of time is called experiential time. In daily life, you notice that time can pass quickly or slowly in your perception. Experiential time is related more to inner consciousness and feelings than it is to the outer world, so its significance to you increases as your frequency of consciousness rises. For example, the spirit world of the afterlife is a subtle, higher frequency version of physical experience. In the afterlife, experiential time plays much more of a role than linear time. Variety 3 of time is something that comes into play when you become more attuned to your soul's level of consciousness. Variety 3 produces timelines. These are alternate realities which are potentially of interest to your soul. Any important change in your primary focus, such as a spiritual awakening experience, will shift you onto a more appropriate timeline. The shift will be obvious to your soul level of awareness, but your physical brain is only designed to be aware of your current timeline. To your physical brain, the only change will be that life is somehow better than it used to be. The great miracle of the dimension of time is not that it can have multiple timeline versions or that it can expand or contract to suit your consciousness, but that linear time can produce the illusion of slow change when all that really exists is the great here and now. Think about it, in a reality where all things are here and everything is now, how did the Creator create the illusion of time so that we could play out our lives of experience at an appropriate rate? The best analogy is that of a motion picture. The original movie films consisted of a sequence of photographs being projected onto a screen at, typically, 24 frames per second. Even though each frame contains just a static image, the illusion of motion is achieved by subsequent frames being projected fast enough for the human brain to perceive the changes as smooth action. Changes through time are created from a collection of static images, and that is the same way the Creator created time. The universe flashes on and off billions of times per second. It is recreated in each of those rapidly appearing, still action frames. Each frame is a different viewpoint of the great here and now. The physical brain is entrained to the timing of that universal movie projector mechanism. All we see is continual change, even though such change consists of many still action, static frames. With a framework for time in place, it is then possible for human decisions to be made and for subsequent changes to unfold at a speed that allows for learning and reflection. And that was achieved even though, in truth, all changes are just a collection of different viewpoints of the great here and now. Isn't the universe a wonderful creation? P.S. Space and time are just 2 of the 9 physical dimensions. To study the other dimensions in detail, please refer to my book, Spiritual Metaphysics: Answers to the Great Mysteries of Life. By Owen Waters.